Well, immigration, border security, and sanctuary states were supposed to be the subject of a much-anticipated congressional hearing all day in Washington, D.C. In the hot seat were Democratic Governors J.B. Pritzker, Kathy Hochul, and Tim Walz. But the session was marked more for its partisanship and showmanship than for solutions. Investigative reporter Chuck Goudie followed the back and forth today. Chuck?
Marion, Governor Pritzker still on the Hill right now after an hours-long hearing in front of the House Oversight and Government Reform Committee, a hearing Pritzker referred to as just a political circus. And at times, the superheated proceedings seemed more hysterical than historical, with governors at one point asked about their bathroom habits during a divisive hearing aimed at immigration.
You are responsible for the murder of this little girl, Laken Riley. And the Department of Justice should prosecute you for her murder.
Firebrand, Georgia Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene was among House Republicans who accused the governors of New York, Minnesota, and Illinois of being responsible for the deaths of many people who were killed by immigrants who entered the U.S. illegally and then were protected by so-called sanctuary states, an official label that all of the governors rejected, while trying to defend the protection of immigrants, even as President Trump's borders are Tom Homan oversees a coast-to-coast crackdown on immigrants without legal status.
You are sanctuary cities, and every one of you sitting there, if you don't know that by now, you should know it walking out of here, that you are actually committing a federal crime every time someone does that.
I have the highest duty to protect the people of my state, and indeed, if Tom Homan were to come to try to arrest us, I can say, first of all, that he can try. I can also tell you that I will stand in the way of Tom Homan going after people who don't deserve to be frightened in their communities, who don't deserve to be threatened, terrorized. I would rather that he came and arrested me than do that to the people of my state.
Democrats here calling the tense and testy committee hearing a waste of time, with Republicans grandstanding, they said, and not allowing Pritzker and the others to actually answer questions, merely sitting there and spectating as GOP congressmen hammered them, a few times veering into areas that seem far removed from immigration.
Have you ever used the women's restroom?
Not that I can recall ever, sir. No.
Days of anti-ICE disturbances in Los Angeles and the president's use of military units for local security work are the backdrop to the D.C. hearing, with President Trump frequently caught in the undercurrent of comments.
I'm proud of my Democratic colleagues who are willing to stand up to this thuggery. Trump is a wannabe gangster, and he's showing the world what he's about.
While gangster may have been the most negative name attached to President Trump during today's hearing, the most used title floated by several Democrats was dictator, and there was a litany of trash talk against former President Joe Biden. This during a congressional hearing where there are rules of conduct and decorum. The Capitol Hill hearing is ongoing, having broken for a short time during a House vote, but now back in session. Alex.
Thanks for keeping an eye on that, Chuck. We appreciate it.